What are we going to do about Ark, mate? I'm not joking now, right? we're gonna need to sort that out because I need to
serious.
I've got
serious operations.
Got stuff to do, but do you know what? I don't think they've replied to me tweet, so I haven't really looked. So I'll have a look at that in a bit. But we're gonna have to sort it out, mate. We're gonna have to sort it out
because you're potentially off your whatever you were on in that dragon cave.
Yeah, but I wasn't carrying anything. So if I die, it's fine. Because I know my Griffin won't die.
Is your Griffin on is it on
full health?
Neutral or no? But is it on? Will it attack if it gets attacked?
Yeah. Peter doesn't mess about. Peter Griffin.
Oh,
right,
God.
mate.
You're definitely going to be dead.
No, I'm not. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Without a doubt.
He'll be fine. Right, matey. Welcome.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you look really pleased.
Yeah, cheers for having me on this show that you've got going. I'm absolutely blessed to be here.
Are you?
Yeah. As you can tell by my facial expression, I couldn't be happier.
Right, just so people realise, right, I do speak to you probably the most out of most of the.
What Matt's trying to tell everyone watching is that I'm his best mate. So back off.
It isn't like that at all. You hold the keys to the server of Ark.
So that's what it is. So you're using me. You're using me for the server.
Yeah, basically, that's what it is.
Well, I'm glad we've established that.
And so now, when we next go on, I'm going to feel the wrath of that and probably end up in a cage somewhere or something.
Well, you're in a cave, so that'll do.
Yeah, that's true. So, no, thanks for coming, Josh, joining me today. I know you've got a busy schedule, what we're being on lockdown.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. Got loads of things to be doing. Yeah.
So, yeah, right.
Nothing.
So we'll have a little chat about what you've been doing and where you've your journey and everything through it. But again, with this one, I thought we'd do something a little bit different. So we're going to play a bit of Apex, right?
Okay.
Now, this is going to be pretty intense, by the way. So we're going to have a little play on that, and I'm going to try and concentrate on playing and talking to you at the same time. So my performance
which will be impossible.
Won't be great for people out there. This isn't how I usually play. I'm usually a master of this game, and I think Josh will agree.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Three kills? Most kills. That's it, isn't it?
4.
3.
Well,
oh yeah, 4 now,
4.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
it's 4. It is 4. Yeah. Yeah. It
is. So we're going to try and do a little bit of an interview while we play as well. Let's see if this goes all right. So, right. So shall we get started? Who have you picked there? Start.
I'm going. I think I was. I need to change me. I'm crypto, aren't I? Why won't it kick? Oh, God! I forgot how to do stuff on this game. There we go.
What'll be interesting here as well is you'll get to see people's game faces and the funny.
What do you mean?
Well, people tend to.
Oh, right, yeah, when we're raging.
Yeah, gamer. I don't get gamer rage. And I will not be editing out swearing as well, by the way, as long as it's not, as long as it isn't really bad. I don't want to get.
It's pretty tame. Yeah, all right.
Do you know what I mean?
I'll keep my mouth shut. What do you want me to do about my game volume? Should I lower it? Or?
If you can, but we'll see how it goes. Well, I can always.
Can you hear that?
No. It's fine.
No, this is good, this, because I've got your stream on. I can see what you're seeing.
Can you?
Yeah, so if you're in trouble, I can see that you're in trouble.
Oh,
You've got this.
Which is pretty much...
Stop the interview. Let's just give people some solid gameplay.
They're going to get solid gameplay. You watch. Yeah. Right,
yeah.
So...
We've got a teammate. You should, next game, put us in duos. It's just the 2 of us then.
Oh yeah, we've got it. We've got some youth playing with us.
Some other sweat.
We'll see how we get on. Apologies if that's you out there watching this. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
As I reach out to millions.
Yeah.
Right, where are we going? The usual.
Yeah, we got to, haven't we? Warm up
Right,
here. We'll warm up down here.
Right, Josh. So how's lockdown been?
Pretty quiet. I mean, I'm doing bits and bobs. Like I've said to you, I want to pick up on a few new skills. Oh my God, there's a lot of people there, Pick up on a few new skills and stuff. But I mean, it's just one thing which I imagine a lot of people do struggle with is, like
how did they
when
get that before me?
When you're doing the same
I'm
thing
down
every day,
already. Go on, yeah.
Already? I'm
Yeah.
trying to give you a bit of a thing here, and you're down. So now I've got to play, and you can just sit there.
Yeah, I'll ask you how you play.
Yeah. Well, what I was saying was like, with this going on, doing the same thing every day and stuff, it's a bit like you can get a bit demoralised and a bit demotivated. You know what I mean? Sometimes you hit like just because it's the same thing every day, but I'm pushing myself through it, and I'm just doing bits and trying to learn some new stuff, because especially with that job I was just on, I've been using a completely new software, so I've not touched on Maya for a while, so I'm getting back into the swing of that, doing some basic stuff just to remind myself about it all works. But
you're doing a bit of engine work as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I want to get into Unreal and use all the real-time renderer thing with that. So and see what sort of environments I can make.
So we'll go through a bit of your job, what you were doing and stuff in a minute. So we'll just have a little chat about sort of like where you came from. So what school did you go to before you came to Priestley, mate?
Well, I went to Cardinal Newman Catholic High School before I came to Priestley.
Yeah, what was that like?
Which is it's not far from Priestley actually, Cardinal Newman, but it was good. Yeah, it was It was interesting. It was quite interesting going through high school. We were a bit of a mad year, our year group, so a lot of stuff happened. But it was good. That was where, like I said to you originally, I never wanted to go into games or anything like this. Originally at high school, I wanted to do astronomy.
Oh, you did? That's right. Yeah, I remember you telling me. Yeah.
Oh, what a pot. But yeah, so I was doing all my sciences and everything and doing all that, but I still did love doing art, because I chose to do a graphic art for me, one of my GCSEs.
Yeah.
And I did that because, I used to love art growing up, because my dad is really good at art, and so was my grandma. She was really good painter and everything. So that was where I sort of got like the arty side from.
Yeah.
And just going through high school, I did all right with my GCSEs. It was good, and then thinking I could get and do astronomy going to college, I needed to get all A's in my sciences, but I didn't get them. So that was when I turned up at college for the open days and everything, and I thought I'll have a look at your course, because I saw it in like the like the brochure.
Like the prospectus.
Yeah. So I saw your course and I thought, well, you know what? I do like sweating a good game.
Will you get me back in the game?
Yeah, I'm doing it now. See, this is what I mean. I'm trying to concentrate on talking to you and killing people at the same time. I'll get you in now. Jesus. Hey up. Oh, no. That's nothing. That's textable. Yeah, and I thought, oh, you know what? I like sweating games, because I did. I used to sweat a lot of COD in high school. That used to be the... oh, mate, I tell you. Honest to God. Used to sweat a lot of COD and a lot of Borderlands. I used to sweat.
You still play that now, though, don't you?
Yeah. The latest one, I do have a dabble in that. Yeah. You know what I'm thinking, man? Trying to get you up. I'm thinking we're on Warzone. I'm thinking I've got to get money to get you up. That's why I didn't get you straight away. But yeah, I mean, I loved games, and I thought, you know what, I wouldn't mind designing it, because when I used to play them growing up and everything, I always admired how they were made and everything like that, because I also wanted to do So it was a bit of a contradiction what I wanted to do. I wanted to do astronomy, but I also wanted to do animation, like Disney.
Did you know much about how games were made at that point, or did you just like?
Well, no, it was never really games. It sort of So when I realised that I didn't want to, I didn't get the grades to do astronomy.
Yeah.
I'd always, because I love Pixar films, Disney.
Yeah.
And I love the animation side of that. So I thought, well, I'd love to do animation. That'd be amazing to learn how to do all that business. And when I looked at the courses and stuff, your course was like the only thing that sort of led into that area. So it was never really about games, because I don't know if you remember me saying it. When I was even at college, I said I don't want to go into games.
Yeah, I remember you saying like you didn't really want to get, and that surprised me a bit, because even then I knew that you were a bit of a.
I wanted to do I wanted to do film. I wanted to go into film or TV originally.
Yeah. Which obviously
that was what I wanted to do.
That's
yeah.
the sort of thing that you went into. So when you came to us, like, what did you know about us then? Did you know anything about it, or was it just because, like, at that time?
Literally, absolutely nothing. I just I read your course thing, and I thought, you know what, that sounds interesting, and it would probably be the best thing to do to get into the area that I want to go into, doing animation.
Yeah.
And then I came for the open day, and that's where I was greeted by a little Scouse Staffordshire hybrid man trying to sell the course to me.
A Scouse Staffordshire hybrid man.
Yeah, you.
Cheers, man.
Literally, and I just you came in and you were. I could tell straight away you were going to be a good tutor. I'm not even trying to blow your own trumpet because you're an arsehole, but I could tell going in. I thought, you know what, he's going to be a good tutor. To be fair,
did you?
So
you were. I'm trying to. I get really difficult with timings and when this is. So did you finish in 2016?
Yeah. I started university in September 2016.
Are you getting in there?
That building. Yeah.
And go around the side. Right. So essentially, you were kind of like, I think probably our third, weren't you? You'd have been.
Yeah. You had two classes before me. You did.
Yeah, our third cohort. Is he on the roof? Oh, where's he gone? Have you got him?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'll get him.
Get our mate. Yeah, get him.
Yeah, I'll give him an LJ as well. All right. So again, I think like when I spoke to you, oh, why am I here? I didn't know I was here. I thought I. Oh. Right.
Yeah. Oh shit! Right. Behind us, Matt. Oh God! I tell you what.
You're down.
It doesn't leave you this. It doesn't leave you.
Did you just knock him out?
Oh, mate! I just headshotted him straight in the skull, and he was done.
Just to be clear, guys, I've not had a shot off yet. All right, not a single shot.
Well, everyone who's going to be watching it. Everyone who's going to be watching this is going to know what you're capable of anyway, so don't worry.
I'm having that.
See, I hate what they've done here with the bloody... Why did he do that? So stupid. You reduced the amount of, ammo and everything you can carry for stuff.
Yeah.
Don't know why they've done that, but oh well.
Right, might start playing now.
Yeah. Well, it'd be nice of you to wake up, you know.
Well, I'm concentrating at the same time, and
games design tutor, eh? Can't even play games.
You don't play games, you make games. Right, where are we going?
Let's have a look where we can go. We need to head this way through here.
All right, okay.
Yeah, Matt, get that body off. Get that body armor off for this body here.
Is it a purple?
Yeah, purple, mate.
Okay.
Where was we at then? What was we talking about then? Forgot. Look at that. This is what happened.
Yeah, you were the third cohort coming in.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, because there was it was you had 1 year that we never knew, and then you had your year with all like was it like Kira and Johnny and Deck and all that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they were the year above us when we came into your first year.
So really, again, I think I said this to Johnny when I spoke to him a week or so ago. This was when it really started ramping up because we started to do a lot of new stuff, and you had Dom Welling.
Yeah, we had
part of your tutor,
the mighty Dom.
Yeah, the mighty Dom. And he brought a whole different look to the course as well at that point.
Yeah, like the Photoshop and the graphic design side.
Yeah, the visual side really started to pick up at that point. So it was a really good, and of course, like he was proper chill as well, wasn't he? So it really made a massive boost because.
Well, in the first year, he was our personal tutor.
Yeah.
As opposed to you.
Yeah, because I had you in the second year, didn't I? You became like I took at that.
That was what you did. You dealt with the second years, didn't you? Mainly because all the FYP and everything.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. So just watch it down there.
Yeah. I'm gonna drone it.
All right, I'll set it off here a minute. So and then obviously you started. Did you know anybody as you come into the course?
Well,
did you know anyone? Or anyone come with you?
Hang on, I think there's a. Is that you two by the car? Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it is.
There was the only person I ever knew of in the second year. That was I only knew. Well, I didn't properly know him. I'd gone through high school and primary school with him, but I didn't properly know him, which was Deck.
Oh right, okay.
But I'd never, because me and Deck went to primary school and high school together, so I didn't. But I didn't. He was always the year above me, so it was never anyone like that I'd fully interacted with. But
who's he shooting at? Is there someone
I don't know. I
think
there's people in the tunnel where he is, but I'm not sure.
Well, I've gone all the way round, so.
But I'd never like asked Deck or anything about the course. I'd never asked anyone really about the course. I'd only spoke to you, and literally that day I spoke to you, I was practically sold on it. I thought, you know what, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I just decided to go for it.
So once you got on the course, and once you met everybody, so pretty much everybody in the class you didn't know, and you became.
Well, no, I knew Reese.
You knew Reese, yeah.
Me and Reese were at high school together. He wanted to do your course anyway. Like he wanted to do your course. I think I'm gonna let me have a look. He wanted to do your course because he wanted to get into games.
I could imagine.
Popping shots.
Yeah.
Hit him. Down.
You get him down. I brought in here.
Oh, Matt, I'm on one here, you know. I'm hitting shots. Oh, yes, he's dead. I'm hitting shots here. This is good. She's tell you what, you should be putting me on.
Where are they, man?
They're up this hill, lad. They're up this hill.
Have you gone back up now? Are they still up there?
I'm over it. Yeah, I'm over here having a little cheeky look.
I know. Anyone watching my gameplay at the minute will just be bored.
No, well, you're practically spectating me.
Is that you there? You put the bot out, yeah?
I'm droning. Yeah, I'm having a look. I'm sure there's another team around here somewhere. Yeah.
Where are they? Over there.
They're down in the swampy area.
Right. Okay.
Just getting some grenades and stuff. Hang on.
Oh yeah, see him.
There's only 3 squads left, you know.
That's mad, isn't it? Hey, this is how I win games, people. Right? This is how I win games. I just chat all the way through it, die a lot. I'm going down here.
Oh, but in gold armor. Matt, watch out. There's a guy behind you.
You get him?
No, they must be on you.
He is now. Oh, shit. Oh, excuse me. Oh. I need to just help. Oh, he's got me. Don't matter. He's on me anyway. All right.
Yeah, bang on.
You're all right. Watch some gameplay now, people.
Here we
up
go.
A little bit now.
He's got people on him. Oh shit!
Other one's down. Must be just behind that rock there. He's there. Look. Oh, there's someone on the bridge. There'll be somebody on the bridge.
Here we go. Hang on.
One guy. Who's he shooting? Who was he shooting then? Watch your back. Oh. Oh, that's... Oh. What?
Where is he here?
Oh, dear. Oh, there.
Yeah, boy!
Oh!
Never leaves you. Never leaves you.
Watch my damage now. Watch this. Watch this.
Oh, yes.
Oh, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Oh, I'm going to get ripped. Are you ready? Look at that.
Jesus.
Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that. I tell you what. This is what it used to be like. Everyone watching this.
I'm not
usually.
I don't usually play that bad. It's because I'm trying to concentrate, guys. I'm going to use that
sure,
all the way through it.
Sure,
right.
Sure. That's what it is.
So, well done. Let's see if we can be champions all the way through.
Off the bat, first game.
Off the bat. So, so you knew Reese a little bit. You knew Deku was in the second year and stuff. And then, so what was your first impressions on in the first year? Did you obviously coming into it? It's kind of like, this is kind of something I kind of wanted to do. It's a bit creative. You didn't really want to get into games. So how did you feel about the whole game aspect of it? Because that's what it was. It wasn't film. It wasn't art. It wasn't. Was it? It's focused on games.
Well, I know. I knew that. Because I'd looked into stuff before I came onto the course, and even though games and film do have a different pipeline and stuff and how they do things, the fundamentals are the same. You know, like the skills, even though they can be used in different ways. Like, for example, doing the modelling. Yeah. Like, you use that in games, but obviously your topology and stuff matters. So I knew there was a link, and I'd get the essential skills that I wanted to use for film from your course, and I'd be able to go and do something at university that was like, at the time it would have been animation, because I knew that in games you'd have to animate characters and stuff. So
was there no point whatsoever that you thought, no, I definitely do, I want to go into games? Did you not think, like, you know, I've changed my mind a little bit here and I kind of want to go into game, or was it always going to be film? Is it always going to be
I sort of tunnel vision when I was at college. I set myself, I don't know, like, because when I was at high school, people used to take the mick a bit, you know, because I wanted to do games. Yeah. Because I went to do games. So I sort of like wanted to do film, and I think that sort of pushed me away from wanting to do games. Yeah. You're at that age and stuff, when you're at 16 and everything, you know, people's opinions do affect you. Yeah. More than it would now. Like, now, I wouldn't give a shit. Yeah. What anyone thinks of me, but back then I did care what people thought of me. So I didn't want to go into games because people used to take the mick. Oh, you're going into games, like, you know, getting the mick taken for it. But so I wanted to go into film, and that's because you thought that I suppose it seemed at the start it's more credible. Like, because there's nothing that sort of sets you up for things like games when you're in school, whereas like
film and there's media studies and there's such and whatnot that go with it and all those types of things. But like to turn around at school and say I'm going to be a game designer, or I'm going to go make games, or I'm going to do this, it's a little bit more difficult because there's nothing that necessarily relates to it. And I suppose that's what we see when we get people that come to the open days, is that a lot of the time they're like, I didn't know this existed. I didn't know this was a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you get the whole parent thing as well. Because like, what was your parents' opinion on it?
That's the thing. That's why I sort of as well wanted to go into film, because I could explain what I wanted to do better to my parents by saying I want to go into film.
Yeah. Okay.
And TV, like it made more sense. Like if I said, "Oh, I want to go into games and make games," they wouldn't really get it.
Yeah.
Like
I understand. Yeah.
So that was why it was more towards saying, "Oh yeah, I want to go into film. I want to be an animator." And Disney, you know, it was easily explainable to people. Like when especially like, you know, if my parents were asked, "Oh, what's your Josh doing?" or whatever, it's an easy answer for them to give.
Yeah.
So that was what I just sort of tunnel vision down there and heading towards the film side, which I did want to do film. Definitely that was where I wanted to go anyway, but I think it sort of locked me away from the whole game wanting to go into the game side of it. Because like when I was at Priestley doing your course, I really like pushed myself to make sure that I realised that I'm definitely wanting to go into film. I don't want to go into games. Like that was something that I was quite...
Because your outcomes were very visual. Like your FMP was a visual piece, and it had a game. Yeah. It was a game. It was like, you know, it did have elements of the game in there. I know that you did that, and you did things like the programming aspect of it and working in an engine and stuff. How did you feel about the programming side? Because obviously that was something that wasn't your thing at all, really, I suppose.
Yeah, that was just solely game, that really, in it, doing the programming side. Well, maybe not as much now, but at the time it was. But at high school, I did computing, which was coding in C++.
Yeah.
So I'd got an understanding of how coding worked anyway.
Yeah.
Because of that course. So when I was asked to do it, even though it wasn't particularly what I wanted to do, I wanted to do the more arty side, the more creative visual side.
Yeah.
It was something I was open to learning, because in the end of the day, it's all part of the pipeline for what games is. Even though I didn't want to go into games, I was open to understanding it. But it was definitely not my most enjoyable thing at all. I really disliked the programming lessons quite a bit.
Yeah.
But I was open to it.
Ready up. Come on.
Right.
Get in. Right.
Ready up.
What did you find as being obviously the visual side of it most of all, but what was probably like the most memorable part of those 2 years? What did you come out?
Without a doubt, when you were teaching us Maya, 3ds Max.
Yeah.
That was where what I wanted to do completely changed, and where I think I've found what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because I went to Priestley. I want to do animation. This games design course looks like it'll be. I'm pretty sure, you know, when I came to you in the, in the open day type thing, where I came in and spoke to you about the course, I'm pretty sure I said to you, you know, I want to go into animation, and I think like this course will do that. And that was why I picked the course. But then soon as I started learning in 3ds, what you were teaching us, because at the time it was you that taught us 3ds, because there was Gemma for the art side, drawing, painting, Dom for the graphic design type stuff, and Rachel for
programming.
The programming bit. So you taught us 3ds Max and modeling, and I just as soon as I started doing it, I fell in love with it, and I knew that was what I wanted to do.
And that showed
without a doubt,
didn't it? Because you could see that like you were pushing yourself with what you were doing.
Yeah, and I kind of wanted to push myself into things as well. Even though, and then obviously then there was the fact that learning 3ds made me completely decide what I wanted to do at uni, because in the first year, I was probably like, oh yeah, I think I'm going to do animation at uni. But after learning 3ds all that time, I thought I want to go into 3D modelling at university.
Oh, I'm
So
glitching.
yeah, there's a blue chess piece here. Watch out though. I think there's people around here.
Yeah, I know.
They might be near you. I don't even have a gun
He's
yet.
here.
Hang on.
Oh, he's a revenant.
I'm coming.
Oh, he got me. Course he has. Course he has.
Give us a sec. I'm coming.
Oh, God. Honestly, God. Do you know what? We haven't played this in a long time, to be fair.
I know. And we won our first game. What are you saying?
I know. Watch him. He's down there. He's looting your body. Take him. 2 of them. See? 2 of them. I hate that Revenant character, you know.
Trying to figure out how I can get to him.
I don't think you can. Where is he? There. Yes. Did you get him then? Or is he disappeared? Oh, he's there. What's he got on him?
Yeah.
What's he got on him? Oh, where's that?
Up top.
Oh, he's there, look.
Yeah. Our teammate did him in.
Oh, mate. There's one on top as well. Big Bubby.
Oh, no way! How many shots do I have to put in him? What the
fuck? Straight back in. I'm not having any of that. I had a really bad game. I had a really bad game. It was just terrible. We're getting back in. We'll go back in.
Oh, for God's sake. That's so annoying. He was so good. That's because they give Gibraltar more health than everyone else. What is that about?
What is that about, Apex?
Straight back in. Come on.
Right. So unis then. So you started to pick unis and you knew then that you weren't going to go for games, right? So it was going to be...
But not at uni. Uni was film.
Yeah, exactly. So you knew you weren't going to go and look at games for uni. And I know that anyway, because you'd said. So what unis did you look at? What courses? What did you mainly go for?
Well, obviously, I was pretty much sold on what uni I wanted to go from the minute we had this one open day.
Yeah.
We had this open day from Staffs for the visual effects and concept design course. Was his name Ben?
Yeah, I remember him.
Ben, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ben,
yeah. He really
and he
cool
came
guy.
in and he showed us the work that the visual effects and concept design course had been doing. And already at that point, I wanted to do modelling. So I thought, well, this is going to be great to look at this course. And he came in and he showed us this course and I was sold, practically. I was sold on it. I thought, this course looks amazing. I just thought, this is definitely what I want to do.
Yeah.
And then we had the open day there when you took us.
Yeah. But you had a taste.
And I went there. Yeah, we saw all the studios where all the students worked. You're picking, by the way.
Do you want to go there?
Yeah, fuck it, yeah. We saw where all the students were working. We got to, there was a couple of students in there and stuff. We spoke to all the course leaders and they really sold the course to me. And I at that point I was just like, this is where I want to go. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to uni and I'm going here. I still looked at other universities. Like I had a look into the Falmouth course, the courses at Falmouth. I had a look. Oh shit! Someone on me. I'm gone.
Someone
down
on me as well.
Down at me. Down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's just absolutely blitzed me with a pistol.
Jesus.
Wingman blitzed me.
I've got nothing as well. So if he's jumped out on me now, I'm a goner as well. This will be a really short game in a minute. I've got like no.
But, yeah, I looked at a course at Manchester, like an animation course, because there was still remnants of that being there. I looked at a course at De Montfort.
I'll try and get to you, mate.
Yeah, no worries. If you can't, don't matter. I looked at a course at De Montfort, but I just knew from the minute I saw that course, I knew that was what I wanted to do.
Oh, I'm being scanned.
There they are, mate. There. Up above you, behind you.
I'm not. I'm just gonna get you. And I'm just gonna bin one off. Oh. Do you know what? This isn't working, right? This is not working at all. Straight back in. We're going straight back in, rather than. Yeah. So, did you apply for De Montfort then?
I put down, because you made us pick 3 options.
I made you pick 5, actually.
Yeah, but there was 3 main ones.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
And then there was 2 backup ones.
Start.
So, yeah, I applied for them all. And I'm pretty sure every single one, like, got back to me. Like, from what I remember, but I knew where I wanted to go, and I did.
It was just basically a procedure. I'm gonna put in my options. I knew that I was gonna go to Staffs, and so that was it. And
I remember going for me. What was it? Like my interview for the course. I remember sitting in there. I remember showing Jan, who was the course leader, all my work and everything. And I remember showing it him all and him liking what we'd done, obviously, because he knew who you were, he knew what stuff your students had done because you'd sent a couple of students there before.
Yeah.
Who'd done some good stuff. So he knew that what you were doing with your students was working and that it was setting them up for good stuff. So he knew that from that, I think it gave me a really good, what's the word I'm looking for? Like
introduction.
Yeah, it helped him
like
understand
a foundation of what you were starting.
He knew what we were about and everything, and he loved what you were doing with the course. So I think it definitely swayed him, and he'd seen what I'd done, and I think he liked what I'd done. So that day, I think I found out the same day that I'd got the place.
Yeah. Did anyone else go with you?
On the same day, Reese was there.
Yeah.
But
so Reese, because there was a few. Hold on, there was a few, wasn't there? That went to Staffs. Did a few go that year? Because there was you, Reese, Deck went.
And Deck.
But there was also those that went on the games courses as well.
Alicia
went.
Alicia went there, I think.
Yeah. Tom went.
Tom Edwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joseph went. Joe.
Yeah.
He went there. I think that was it. Yeah, there was about 6 of us that went. 6 of your lot that went that year.
Yeah.
Obviously doing different things.
Yeah,
but there was me, Deck, and Reese that did the same course. We all went for the visual effects and concept design.
So did it go quick? Uni. How did you find it? Yeah, how did you find it? What was it like, your course and your... Lost you a bit now.
3 years of my life. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. Go on.
Hello?
Yeah.
3 years of my life just absolutely flew by.
Yeah.
It's obviously it started in the first year. Lived in the student accommodation. Lived right near to Reese and Deck. It's the first year. There was a lot of us in the first year. In the first year there was about 20 odd of us.
Yeah.
On the course. Modules were good, a lot of modelling, which is what I wanted to do. I loved every minute of it. Doing all that stuff, learning other things like digital compositing as well. There was all that, which wasn't advertised to me at the time on the course. So when I went for this course, I thought what was sold to me was that we would be doing modelling, maybe some like animating of models and all that sort of stuff, learning lighting, rendering, all that stuff, and doing like more traditional stuff, so painting and all the digital painting side. That's what I thought the course was, that's what it was when we went to the course, when we went to see it and everything. But then when we got there, there was they changed like the modules. I don't know what had happened, but they changed the modules to adding digital compositing in, which I didn't really like at the start. I didn't really understand it. I'd never heard of it before. I didn't think about that side of film really, and I had to do a lot of that, and I didn't enjoy it. And I started to think, this isn't what I wanted to do. Even though there was modelling sides, it seemed like the course had changed. Like all the facilities that we'd seen when we came for the open days and everything with you, weren't accessible by us anymore. We couldn't use them anymore. We were just stuck in random rooms. So straight away I was thinking, why is this course has changed? But obviously I just loved modelling, and it was what I wanted to do. And the tutors were good that we had. They were good, and they were helpful at the start. And then went through the first year, got first in my first year, and went through into my second year, when that really filtered us down. So from going into my second year, we had about 20 odd students. Going straight into the second year, being down to like eight students, I think we had in the second year.
That's mad, isn't it? I remember you saying like it really got thin. Like they thinned the group out quite
without a doubt. I mean, but you could see it in the students that we had. Like the people were just half-assed, first year of uni, are just not bothered type thing. And you get that from people. They just think, oh, I'll waste my first year of uni doing whatever I want, because some people just have that mindset. But I don't think personally that's the mindset you should have about it, because in the end of the day, you're getting yourself into shitloads of debt.
Yeah. To
piss it away. At least go there.
I imagine it's really easy as well for students to do that, because there's no sort of like.
It is.
Is anyone here? Have you seen anyone?
I don't think anyone's here, Matt. No.
I'm lagging a little bit,
No, I don't feel.
I'm lagging a little bit, yeah. So just be aware of that. Again, guys, I'm just going to give as many excuses as possible to why I will die in the next sort of like 30
Why
seconds.
You're absolutely shocking at this game.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And yet I love this game.
Beautiful game, isn't it?
It's just, do you know what, right? There's a lot of battle royale type games out at the minute, but I think this one is probably one of the better of them all. I think this one
this is my favourite one.
Like, it is pretty consistent. They haven't rushed.
Without a doubt, it.
And I just love how quick you can get back in the game. I say this all the time, but it is totally really good how it does get straight back in the game. I've got a feeling.
I know you say that a lot. I've got a feeling you might, because when you're talking to me, Matt, you're slowing down.
Yeah, it's just lagged out. I've just lagged out.
Has it?
Yeah. Just give me 1 second. Just going to try.
All right.
1 second. So we're sorry about the technical aspect of it, but we will restart this game.
Technical issues there. Do apologise. Shoddy streaming.
Start.
Yeah. So
where
was that now? So I was talking about second year. I was on about when I got into the second year, how it filtered out and everything. So yeah, it really. I did expect a lot of people to be gone, but I didn't expect as many as there were, because going from like 20. Let's say there was about 23 students on that course in the first year, right? Yeah. Going into the second year, I'm telling you now, I think there was 8 of us at the start. Then halfway through there was 7 of us, and then by the end of it there was 6 of us.
Mad that is, isn't it?
which are just, I couldn't believe it. And during that year, we found out that there wasn't going to be another visual effects year.
Yeah.
Before, like another first year, we were the last of the visual effects. So that really, it was quite demoralising hearing that.
Yeah.
But the second year was good. I actually really enjoyed the second year because I started to do organic modelling, in ZBrush.
That's right.
So
yeah.
I'd never touched on ZBrush before. I only knew hard surface modelling. That's all I'd done. And learning the organic side of modelling was brilliant. I really enjoyed that, and I think I took to it quite well as well when I first started doing it. Considering I'd never done it before, I love the idea of sculpting it onto like a clay-like surface.
You'd already started as well at this point. You'd started to develop your portfolio as well, and you started to
exactly
chucking bits of work out and stuff. So that obviously was a bonus because I suppose you got to see like your hard work coming together, and also the realization that you were going to be I know I'm getting shot again. Just unbelievable, this game, give me a break. This person's going to be chasing me, I've got a feeling. Hold on, I need to get a gun. I've got nothing, Josh. I've got nothing.
I've downed someone. Shit.
There's someone chasing me. There's someone chasing me.
Oh!
There's someone chasing me. I'm getting shot again. Do you know what? I hate this game.
I'm getting shot at.
I'm getting shot at again. I'm down. I mean, oh.
Hang on. It's going to take some serious bit of play here. Your viewers are in for a treat now.
Oh, mate. Do you know what? This wasn't such a great idea, telling you.
I know. What can we do, though? We gotta keep going.
Right. Once I've concluded this interview, I'm going to have one proper game, right? Just to prove that I can play. Because this is harder than you think. Right? Come on, lads. Come on. Where's he gone?
Don't know.
You just go show that first game was a bit of a fluke. Mind you, hold on. It wasn't a fluke. It was skill. We just had that...
a few bad lands.
Yeah,
up there.
land. Is he up there?
Yeah.
Mate, you're not going to get me now.
We're not?
No, I've timed out.
Oh, shit.
It's all right. Keep playing because I'll talk to you while we do this, while we play. It's fine. And then we'll get into the next game. It's cool. So I can just get to put you off anyway while I talk to you.
Yeah. You can put me off while I try and fucking resurrect this game.
Yeah. Well, I'm gone now. I'm out of it. Mate. I'm out of it.
I might as well just go for him then, mightn't I?
Yeah, go for him. So, when did you start sorting out your stuff for work? When did you start looking for work? Because did they do that with you at uni, or was it?
Yeah, that all happened in it. Well, no, this is the thing. Again, that was shit. Not really. No. We had to look at preparing for like how we would, first get in contact with companies. I'm going to get killed here, yeah. I knew I was going to die then. We had to look at what sort of area of work we wanted to go into.
Yeah.
From uni, and then prepare prepare like a cover letter and a personal statement, you know, that type of stuff that we did with you, you know, to prepare for uni.
Yeah.
To like sell yourself. And we also had to design 2 final year projects tailored to what we wanted to do after uni.
Yeah.
Which was good. But what I'd noticed was, again, this is to do with the fact that you could tell that they'd sort of, I don't know who's going to see this. I don't know if I'm allowed to say all this stuff about the course, but you could tell they'd given up with us. That you got a real sense of.
I think you need. Did you feel like it was like that, rather than did you get like obviously?
Yeah.
It more felt like
it felt
it
like
wasn't
we just
continuing.
Yeah, because it wasn't continuing. I felt like it was, you know, that was it. They just sort of, obviously, just from my personal opinion, I felt that it was sort of like just a case of getting us done.
Yeah.
And getting us gone.
Yeah.
Because there was new courses coming in and it was going to be changing. And obviously, there was another course that ran alongside ours pretty much called CGI. Yeah, CGI, it was the CGI course. And that course was very similar to ours, but it was the more technical side of what we were doing.
Yeah.
And they had more years coming through, so it felt like that was like the new and improved version of our course.
Yeah. So
I personally felt like we'd sort of like just been forgotten about in a sense, and that it was because especially because there was so little of us.
So there was 6 of you, right?
In the final year, there was 6 of us.
Right. Okay. So, and how many of you got a job? Right.
Straight out of uni.
Come out of uni and that you all know of now, as of today, are now working in the industry. Of those 6 people, how many of you?
1.
One out.
Not including me.
Yeah.
1.
And
yeah.
Was that based on? Because I know they do a what's it called? The what's that expo that you do?
The expo.
Yeah, the one that you do at the end of the year.
Oh, like your final year show and your
yeah, what was that called?
What was that called now? I've got the award ceremony thing.
Yeah, no, you did it where you showed off your work, and it was for
yeah, it was Gradex.
Gradex, that was it. Yeah,
that was it. Yeah, Gradex.
So, did anyone get picked up from Gradex out of your course?
No one got picked up. But we spoke to a lot of industry people there. In fact,
yeah.
That was the only time on our course when we'd had someone from industry come and talk to us.
Right. Okay.
Directly,
yeah.
You know,
yeah.
like come and
Directly.
speak to our. Yeah, like unfortunately, while we were going through the course, we never had any. You know, just with our class, nothing that had been set up for us where someone from industry would come in and talk to us about what we need to do. Because I remember when I was in the first year, the third years at the time, were sat with some of the recruitment team from Double Negative. They were going in and doing like mock interviews and mock and helping.
You didn't have that this time.
We had none of that. No, we didn't get anything like that. We had to just.
So it had been done previously, but obviously that then made.
Yeah.
That's why you felt the way that you felt.
Yeah, exactly. I felt like we were given sort of. Personally, I felt we were given less opportunity as opposed to other years.
Yeah. Which is a shame, really, because like obviously, you know, paying for it and putting that time in there, and especially the 6 of you. I mean, even 6 of you isn't as a big a task to kind of give you the contacts and the experience that you need. So let's have a little chat about sort of like getting to where you are now. So you've been working, right? You've been working for about 12 months, maybe? Is it 12 months, 8 months, something?
I think about 9, 10 months.
9, 10 months. And so what's the job? What's your role? What is it that you?
So I was working on a TV show that I can't disclose when it comes out yet because I don't actually know because of obviously what's going on. Things towards the end had to go into a halt, but it was called Intergalactic, so it was a sci-fi drama that's coming to Sky One, and I went into the role as a junior draftsman, which was.
Did you know what that was? Did you know what that was? Anyway?
At the time, I didn't know what. I knew that they liked what I'd done. Because obviously it came up through Glenn, and Glenn recommended me to them, and they looked at the portfolio.
We're talking about Glenn Southern from Southern GFX.
Yeah, we're talking about Glenn. Yeah. So Glenn knew of this. These people wanted someone, and Glenn recommended me to them, and they looked at my work, and they liked my work. So I went in for that.
But Glenn had seen you via your work, right?
Yeah.
You'd posted a lot of work up.
Glenn knows what I've got online. He can see all my work, and he's obviously.
So those that don't know, like Glenn is a very good friend of the course, and has supported us for quite a long time. And there are a number of students throughout like the years, even today. I mean, this week even, I've got first and second years currently been working with Glenn on a challenge and a competition, and he's always keen to get involved with the course, which is brilliant. And Glenn has got a wealth of contacts and knowledge and skills. It's just fantastic, and he spends quite a bit of time doing that. Now, if there are situations that arise that Glenn knows people that works in TV, film, animation and games industry, if there's jobs or we can recommend anybody, he will very often come to us and say, do you know anyone? But as people that know who pass through the course, the one thing that I try and get you guys to do is post your work, right? Post your work, get your work, make your profile known, let people see who you are and what you're capable of. Josh, obviously, is one of those people that I said that too, and this is where that situation paid off. So he basically got in contact with you off the back of that, of seeing your work, and essentially said, I've got some possibly a job that I want to recommend for you. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So Glenn rang me up on the it was a Monday, and he said to me, how soon are you available for them to meet you?
Yeah.
Because they've seen your work and they like what you can do. And he said, can you meet them this Friday? And I went to see them. They were set up in Manchester, so it was close to me, which helped. I can drive, so that was a bonus for them that I could get there. And I had a chat with them. I went round all the art department, met all the staff and everything, and they said to me, "Can I start the following Monday?" And that's what I did. And I spent the next 9 to 10 months there. But at the time when I went for the job, obviously I wanted to do 3D modelling, and I thought that was what I was going to do. But I meant 3D modelling to the more CGI side, so the non-real. The non-realistic stuff that doesn't exist. It exists in virtual space, that type of stuff. But what I went there to do was the role of a draftsman, which meant that I would be 3D modelling in a different software. It's like more CAD work. Obviously, people know what CAD is if they like modelling. And I used a software called Rhino, where I was actually, instead of making stuff for virtual space, I was doing it to be built by a construction team. So everything, I was almost creating blueprints for sets that had to be built in real life out of MDF, CNC, all that type of stuff. And it was a massive learning curve, because I'd never thought about anything like that really when I was modelling. When I used to model in Maya, it was just making it look like it works, and as long as it shows that, then there's no problems. But with this, I had to design stuff so that it could be put together and built, which I'd never really thought of properly, and it really opened my eyes up to how all the time and effort and the thought that has to go into things. Especially with TV, with the lower budget stuff, because the visual effects side, CGI and everything, that costs a lot of money. So with TV, we have to build stuff because it's cheaper doing it that way, which I come to understand. But it was a massive learning curve because I'd never worked. I had to completely
So even though
learn
it was something that you didn't set out to do,
yeah,
like once you got into it, like you saw the benefits, or you saw how it sort of fitted into what essentially is a grander plan of things.
Like yeah,
right.
Well, basically, what helped was I was able at the start. They knew that I did work in Maya, and there was a few guys there that knew what Maya was, and so I was able to work in Maya. And quite fortunately, I was able to adapt my skills in Maya to what they worked with in Rhino and Vectorworks and AutoCAD, them types of softwares, and SketchUp, because that's what they work in primarily. So I was able to adapt my skills from Maya into that work, and it worked well because I did do a lot of 3D printing stuff.
Mm.
And
so obviously now that you've done that, and did you start to look at how you were then going to get into more into the area that you wanted to go to? Are you speaking to people that you were working with about that?
Yeah, I was talking to it was quite unfortunate really, because I was talking to some of the art directors on the show, and they obviously, I expressed to them what it was I wanted to do, and earlier on into working there and stuff, they said by like towards the end of the show, I would probably get to start working with the visual effects team that were working on the show. I don't know if I can say who that is, so I won't be saying who they were. But so I was really excited about that. I did do work with them. I've got contacts from a visual effects company. I've been speaking to them. I've actually shown my portfolio and stuff, and they've given me feedback and everything. I did actually do that towards the end. But obviously, because the show was cut short, it sort of stumped me chances of that in a way. I mean, it obviously put it back on the back burner a little bit because everything in TV at the minute and stuff is halted.
Yeah.
Which is a problem. One of the main VFX guys who was working on the show took quite ill towards the end and had to go off the show. So he was like my main contact. So I hadn't spoke to him in a while. And yeah, it sort of, I'm still now doing work. I'm going to try it the old fashioned way of getting me, like, obviously I was very fortunate that Glenn put me forward for that job, and I was recommended and they liked what I'd done. So I think it's a case of now that I'm going to have to try and get my name into some piles of CVs and everything and try and get out there like that.
Well, the other side of that is like you've got 10 months experience, and also you know that makes a massive difference to anybody's CV, especially working in the constraints and working into the industry that you've just been working in. But you also need to consider the fact that you made contacts there. There was even while I was talking to you while you was there and stuff, and I was lucky enough to go on set and visit you while you were there, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And great to see the set that you'd pretty much designed and then I'd built. I mean, that was pretty phenomenal. And all those things should be part of what makes you more employable for the next stage and next place that you go to work. But the contacts that you made as well, Josh, I mean, you like say when we were talking you'd mentioned about such and such you work with, they've gone off and now they're working on, I don't know, the Lord of the Rings series, or you've got this going off and working on Vikings and blah, 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 and all those types of things. And it's like, you've got to be bold with it, mate. You've got to be kind of like, you keep in touch with those people because they remember you from when they worked with you and how you jumped in and you got started on it.
Yeah.
And you've got to use your contacts. And so, you be a little bit ballsy with it, and you do that sort of thing. Because otherwise you waste that part of the experience and part of the pay that you get from doing the job that you did in the industry that you did. You should find it a lot easier to find work. But we know that this current situation right now, even though it's the industry is on halt, but there's a lot of work still going on in and out and behind. And like what you're doing, like sharpening your skills and getting stuff out there and posting work and what have you. I think that's the key thing. You just got to push yourself and continue to do so. Otherwise, you know, like you say, the time is flying. This time's gone really quick. I mean, we've been on lockdown for what, 6 weeks, something like that.
Longer than that, I think.
Almost
7 or 8.
It's like, imagine the work that you would have done in work. Imagine the work that you would have done if you were on a uni course and what you would have learned and stuff like that. And it's about being proactive about it as well at the same time.
Definitely, yeah.
Because, you know, you want to get back in it as soon as you possibly can. Regardless of lockdown or not. So have you got things that you've got your eye on? Have you got stuff that you want?
Well, this is the thing now. So now that I've had a taste of what TV, because obviously it was working for a TV show. I've had a taste of what TV is like, and from speaking to people there that have worked on films and the pipeline for films, they've said like it's quite similar, or it's very similar to the TV pipeline. I've sort of opened my mind up more to possibly going into games.
As well,
that's why right now I want to get into Unreal and get learning, you know, that new skill, because I think that's quite fundamental to have on my portfolio, especially with how the industry's going. I know it's all real-time renderers and everything. I want to get learning that, so I would be open to maybe going into games. I would never close anything off. Obviously, it's an area that I've not worked in, although I have done your course. Like the pipeline and everything being in that surrounding, would be different. So it would definitely be something I would be open to heading towards. As well as obviously it's still going into film. Like the film side is definitely 3D modeling. 3D modeling is what I want to do in the long run. That's
so
not changed for a while.
If you could give any sort of like advice to students coming through now, let's have this for students coming through that are not going to the games industry, because we do have those students that decide not to do games based stuff. What sort of advice would you pass on to those people based on what you've learned?
Definitely, I want to reiterate on what you said before about your online presence. That is so key in this industry. It's unbelievable. Like that is literally how you'll get in contact with so many. Like, say you've got a favorite concept artist, you can easily get in touch with people like that through like either ArtStation, LinkedIn, even Instagram, Twitter, anything like that. If you've got online work that people can see and people can give you feedback on, that is key. And when it comes to what you want to do, I think you need to, especially from what I've learned at uni, you need to have sort of a widened skill set for going into like, well, I imagine it is the same for games, but for film, for all the criteria for jobs and everything, it's like they want you to specialize in one thing, but knowing more things. Like, say for example, they want you to model and they want you to know Maya. What makes you more employable is the wider skill set you have around that. So if you know how to use Photoshop, you know how to use ZBrush, you know how to use Substance Painter, you know how to animate your characters, all that type of stuff makes you more employable, because they don't have to teach you as much.
So you're constantly learning as well, right? Like you say, you're working now. It's like, so not only sort of personal, your online profile, but this development of your skills constantly, keeping on top of it. You can't really rely on just what you've learned from uni or college. You've got to keep adding to it.
Oh, without a doubt, you constantly got to pick up the new skills, because like your students coming through now, so you're teaching your students stuff that I was learning at uni.
We change it every year. We go up every year.
Exactly, Ahead of the game. That's the motto, isn't it? Ahead of the game. But so your students are learning stuff now that we. So you do ZBrush in the first year or the second year?
We do ZBrush in the second year. We do it because mainly by the time now that this year changed massively because we swapped over onto Maya this year. So first years have just done Maya. We've also introduced 3D Coat because before that we wouldn't use any texturing software. I was always kind of like, you're going to learn texturing from the ground up, from the basics.
Yeah, the basics.
So we used a lot of Photoshop. So Photoshop skills were always really high at this point. And then obviously as things have changed and we've moved on, we brought in texturing software. So we were going to use Substance Painter, but Substance Painter costs us nearly 10 grand, people, right? This is why we don't use Substance Painter, because even though it's owned by Adobe and like massive in the industry, it would still cost an educational institution such as us £10,000 to put it in the classroom, and I don't have £10,000. It should be free. Anyway,
you're more than welcome to donate, though.
Oh yeah, more than welcome to donate £10,000 so that I could buy Substance Painter. However, so we went on to 3D Coat, which is free for educational use. Yes, it's free for educational use, 3D Coat, right? So we use 3D Coat this year, and that's gone down really well. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, well, why not? Like, things should be accessible. I've got no problem with charging the industry for the use of that technology, but education, it should be free. So 3D Coat was free, and we started using that this year, and it's been really good. Then ZBrush, which isn't free, it's expensive, right? But again, should be free. But ZBrush, very, very good. And we started using that in the second year. We started playing around with it, and now, so for like character art and stuff like that, we tend to use ZBrush a little bit more. And then we hope to sort of merge a little bit more of that together with Maya, because Maya is best for sort of animation. So we're going to start to look at that in the future. We've used Unity for a large period of time. We're moving over to Unreal now. Well, we should be if we can get to that point through lockdown. And that opens up things like their new, they've teamed up with Quixel, which is brilliant. Quixel. Yeah, I mean, what they're offering at the minute, again, their texturing software, which again is free, right? And offers a massive amount of stuff. But their mixer software that they brought out, which is kind of like a texturing software, again, is going to be in the next 12 months easily a rival towards Substance Painter. Like, you can see that happening. So we try what we tried to do was kind of say what we use has to be free for students, otherwise what's the point? And now we broke that slight rule with ZBrush, but that was kind of like that was my indulgement. It was kind of like, can we do this? And also the kids love it, like the students love it, and it's a great piece of software. And if we can get them started on that before uni, we're already doing a lot more than most. So
like I was saying to you, we didn't learn ZBrush until the second year of uni. We also have Glenn Southern as well. Exactly. So like, who's a master at ZBrush, and like he supported me introducing that into the course, and he taught me ZBrush, and he's always there on hand to help out with that. And so we had that, and then it's, the students as well themselves, they just get sucked into it, and their skills develop on that with that as well. So it's about sort of keeping an eye on what's coming ahead, and you'll do the same. You'll look at that and say, I've got to make sure that like I'm properly keeping on top of my game, and making sure that I know new software coming in, new pipelines, and we constantly do that. That my background is not in the games industry or in any creative digital industry at all. So like for me, like you're a fraud. I'm a fraud. For me, I have to learn all the time. I'm constantly learning software, constantly in new techniques. And if it's not people that's in the industry that I'm tapping up, it's you guys. It's like you guys that have gone through it. It's like, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I'm not ashamed to ask people. It's like, I know, read that knowledge as much as I possibly can, and get it so that my students are doing that. Well, like your younger students now. So because of the way kids grow up now around technology, they're coming to you with knowledge. They're coming to you with knowledge on stuff already, like Maya and whatever. When it was probably back in our day and stuff, no one had really thought about that type of stuff. Even though that was only, say, about 6 years ago.
Accessibility. This is what I'm saying. It's like the accessibility of it all, and there's so much more stuff coming out now. There's a big push, especially if I just focus on games. Like games in itself, there's a massive push now, huge push in education with it. So people are starting to pick up on it, mainly because it's that people realize that it's a massive industry and there's more money in it.
Yeah.
And so more and more places are starting to realize that, hold on a minute, students are really getting into this and it's good. And you'll see that a lot more colleges are running games courses now, which is really good. And I'm like, yeah, totally. Right. But it's like in school, we should be showing people in school, like high school, they need to know that it's a credible career, that they need to know that it's big money, that they can make money, they can make a viable career out of it. But then more importantly, you need to be taught some of those basic skills. There's a thing where like art's not being taught in a lot of schools, and it needs to be taught just the same as the design process needs to be taught. Programming, everybody should learn programming at some point along the line, because it's important to that industry. So it's getting those on board with that as well. And there's a big push now. You're starting to actually see it. Like there's loads of initiatives out there that are starting to show that, which is really, really good. Listen, that's it, mate. I'm not going to hold you back anymore. We've chatted long enough, but I tell you what,
we could. I tell you what, I could go on for a few more hours with you as well. I've got loads of stuff I could have said.
And there's loads of
there'd be too much. You don't want to be boring your students. You know what I mean?
No.
One thing I want to say though. Can I just say one thing quickly? So, the one thing that I had at uni was that the end goal for what I wanted to do, especially for like people who want to do concept art or modelling. Now, the tutors were very real and made it almost seem impossible. Yeah. Now, I just want to say to like any of your students who are doing it, who want to go into that area, that you just, unfortunately, as long as it may take you, you just can't give up. If that's what you want to do, they will make it if they just persist in it. That's my one thing. Because at uni, they said, people dedicate their lives to it and don't do anything else. They don't have any social life or anything, and that's how they got the jobs and stuff. But there are people out there who I met when I did the GradX and everything who did enjoy themselves, but also were serious with the course. Like, don't mess away your first year of uni if you go to university. Be serious about what you're doing, persist in it, and you will get somewhere with it. I can guarantee that.
I think sticking to it and realise that it isn't easy. None of this is easy. No. And if you want to be the best, if you want to get ahead, then you've got to show that you can be the best, and you've got to be dedicated to it. And it's tough, it's hard. You've got to take criticism, you've got to make mistakes, you've got to fail, you've got to do all these things that you're not going to like to do. And there's things that you do need to give up. Aspects of social life does need to be given up. I think you spend more time doing. It's like
about finding a balance.
Yeah, you've got to get that balance right. But yeah, I think that's one of, like, I've done a few interviews already so far, and a few, on most cases they've said about sort of like, don't give up, make sure you keep sticking at it. It's tough, but it's worth it when you get out at the end. Yeah, and it is tough.
It's dream job stuff, isn't it? You think about it. Look what we're doing. Like, like for me, example, I want to model stuff for games, for films, all these amazing things you see in films, and you think, my God, that's incredible how they do all that stuff. That's what I'm working towards, and it's really motivational when you look at it like that. If I had said to you in
the first week of college, I said you're gonna. You're in 6 years' time, you'll be modelling. In 5 years' time, you'll be making the set for a sci-fi TV series.
Yeah.
You'd have said.
I just laughed at you.
Yeah, well, you didn't most of the time anyway.
Yeah. I'll be laughing at you later tonight when you're screaming on Ark.
Yeah, this is true. Right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to finish on a game, right? So I don't have to ask you any questions, and I want to actually I want to actually play. Right, so ready up, and we'll finish on this game. Thanks, Josh, for spending the time.
No worries, mate. No worries at all. And, anytime.
And yeah, we'll see. I will speak to you later anyway. But yeah, I do appreciate it, and keep in touch as you do. All right,
is this what you're gonna do now? Is this you're gonna take off, aren't you? You're gonna become a bit of a Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
podcast.
Can you imagine it?
Yeah.
Can you imagine it? No.
You got to get the Rock on here.
Well, I've asked, but he's busy, isn't he? He's on lockdown.
Oh,
I'll get him over. We'll get the Rock over.
I'm sure he'll make time for you.
Yeah, sure he will.
Yeah,
sure he will. Yeah. Right, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Right.
Let's have a good game. Let's land somewhere good. Right. We're not going to dive into the shit stuff.
You're landing us anyway, so you...
All right. Oh, shit, the bed. It's all right. Just knock me over there. Right.
Do you know what, though? I need me headphones for it. Because you can't hear, can you? Oh,
I can. I've got it out my speakers.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it up. Here we go. Right, I'm gonna give it you to jump. Don't go the usual place.
No, I'm not going because it's the hot zone in it, so I'm not going to take us there. Think around here.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Go there.
Yeah, there.
Oh shit! The bed.
Is there people?
Couple of squads on us here.
Already?
Go the far side of it,
Yeah,
side.
there. We'll go there, yeah. Are you going indoors?
Yeah, I'm going to try, yeah.
All right, okay. Try it.
I'm going inside here. Grab what you can.
Beginning ring countdown.
Not really got much.
Yeah, Matt.
I got the plan in here. Please keep your weapon located.
Have that.
Watch out.
More ammo up here. Ammo up here, lad.
Yeah, I know.
Get that.
I want heavy ammo. Really. I haven't got that peacekeeper.
Shit.
Are they on you?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Down this corridor. Be careful, lad. Be careful.
I'm down. Right. But he's behind this bit here. On the other side of him. So if you come towards me, he's there.
No.
Oh, he's on me now. Really, lad.
Don't worry, lad. I've got it.
You're going in that side bit there. Because you'd be raiding. He's coming, isn't he? He's there. Oh my God!
We'll have another. Don't have another.
One more.
Can't end it there. One more. It's because I didn't have any shields ranging me. Can't do anything about that. Bollocks.
We'll have one more. Straight in. In. No messing.
Let's do it. You students know about your arc gameplay, don't they?
Yeah.
You tell them. Yeah.
You know, everyone knows play art, mate. Sweating on it.
Oh God! I just hope they sort the server shit out. It's
You need
ridiculous.
to, I'm really frustrated, and I need to get.
When the early, let me know when you can get on and we can give it a go.
Yeah, well, I'll message you later and tell you when we're ready to go.
All right, yeah.
And then we'll get on it.
Right, come on, it's a good game. We
Right,
landed in a bit of a shit
this
spot.
will have to be the last.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, mate. Last one. Let's do this.
Right.
You're either ready or you're idiot.
Playing
Oh,
caustic you all the time. You know, I can lock with this controller right here, right? I can lock my triggers.
can you?
Yeah, so look. That's as far as it goes in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
So I can fire faster.
No.
But look, I can set it to mode, so that's normal. That's second, and then that's last.
That's mad, that is.
So
That's that pro controller, isn't
to
it?
shoot. Yeah, it's the elite, the series. Well, the series 2 of the elite controllers. Let's go down. Oh fucking hell!
There's only 2 there.
All right.
He says, and I'm dead. Oh no, there isn't.
You're
There's
not.
another one.
Where?
It landed over in there.
Right.
Oh fuck! I haven't even got a gun.
Yeah, body armor here.
I need a gun.
We're looking here for a gun.
I think one of them went in there, so just be careful.
Better than nothing. Were you getting shot at then?
No, I wasn't, but I heard them.
They're
Someone
here,
coming.
that's why.
Getting shot. I lost my ability.
Oh shit!
Where is he? Oh my god!
What happened? We started off so fucking well.
Mate, I can't play anymore.
Started off so well. Oh well. All right, mate. No worries.
Hey, listen. One match. I mean, you know, that was all down to me. Look at me damage there. 33. Banging. Josh, thanks for spending time with me today. Good
No worries, mate.
to chat. And we'll play some art later.
Yeah.
All
All
right,
right,
mate.
mate. No worries. Take
Take
care.
it easy, man. Ta-ra, man.
Look after
See ya.
yourself. See you in a
Thank
bit.
you. Ciao, mate.